Hi guys, it's your boy Gadgetman404 here, and today's video is what the FAA are doing in America. Do you think the CAA are going to do it in the UK? Now, you guys may or may not be aware, there was a channel that I asked you guys to have a look at because he's like a comedian. He does drone stuff, but he does live streams and he does a lot of stuff. He rides a Harley and he's recording himself driving around the streets in Philadelphia. And his channel name is called Philly Drone Life. Now, as of a few days ago, he's had a claim from the FAA and he has received a fine of over $180,000. Okay, guys? Now this guy is on welfare. He doesn't work and he does do drone flights, and I don't know if it's a troll because he's had a lot of problems with trolls on his channel, so maybe a troll has reported him to the FAA or a neighbour has reported him to the FAA, but either way he's had a letter. He has a month to reply to this letter, and if he doesn't reply, then they're just going to say you owe us over 180. I think it's 182 and $4. Okay, which is a hell of a lot of money in English money. What's that? £175,000 or something. It's a hell of a lot of money, and a guy on welfare that isn't working is not going to be able to afford that kind of money. So people complained when the registration fee come in of £9. Now, they're not. If they had 80,000 people register, and there's more people that probably do fly that haven't registered, so they're not getting the £9 off those people. So, do you guys think it's a reasonable assumption to make that if the America are fining people, now he's not classed as a YouTube influencer, but they've gone back over a year's worth of flights and they've examined over 123 flight videos. And he always says it's not him, it's stupid ass, stupid ass. He's always flying and he says, I'm blind, I'm going down, when he isn't. But what he is doing is he has done tons of videos. And the last one being, I watched it on Sunday evening or Saturday evening as I was just coming home. I just put on my phone and ping, ping, ping. All these millions of notifications come through because I do follow a lot of channels on YouTube. And he flew his Mavic or his Mini 2, not at the bike. So basically he did a flight video at night in Philadelphia in Category B airspace, which you're not allowed to fly if you are a hobbyist. He was over 400 feet. At points he was nearly at 700 feet. He was flying from a sidewalk or from a car park. He didn't have a light on his drone. If he would have had an anti-collision light and he got permission, he would have been sound. But he flew over the height. Now, he's done this a lot of times. He always says, I'm at 8,000 feet, but you look at the telemetry and basically is at 350 or just up to 400. Now, he's saying he didn't know a lot of these rules, and perhaps he didn't know a lot of the rules. But we all know in the UK that you don't fly over 400 feet. That's just an unwritten rule that you do not fly over 400 feet, especially in an area that manned aircraft fly in, and that is what Category B airspace is. Planes come over. I'm assuming somewhere in Philadelphia or wherever Philadelphia is near, there is a major runway, and he says he's 4.9 miles away from the airport. You're not allowed to fly within I don't know if it's 5 kilometres or 5 miles. I think in the UK it was less than that. It was 2.5 miles or something daft. But now they've changed it this year or late last year, so it's 5 miles. So they've given you, you've got to be further away from an airport to take off, etc., etc. But like he says, the drone says you are flying in Category B airspace, do you take responsibility? And he ticked the box and said yes and took off. Now I thought with a DJI drone, if you are in a certain category of airspace, it won't let you take off. So bringing up a message to say you are in restricted airspace or do you take responsibility for this flight is a bit sort of, if it knows it's in a place it shouldn't take off, then the drone, as I understand it, if you are, or maybe that's if you're closer to an airport, it won't let you take off. Because I've seen some people, DJ Soulforce, they live near airports, but they had like Phantom 4s, and it wouldn't let them take off. So they had to drive a few miles away, somewhere new, to allow the drone to take off because they were too close to an airport. So I don't know if there's an issue with the software on that drone that it shouldn't have taken off, because sometimes it gives you this geofencing. It lets you unlock it, but you have to ask permission to unlock it, and you believe you have to pay money to unlock it to get permission to fly in places where you shouldn't fly. Now that is in itself a stupid thing, because if you shouldn't fly there, it shouldn't let you unlock it. But if they say, oh, we'll take $10 off you, oh, you can unlock it, you're still flying in a place you shouldn't fly in, so you shouldn't be able to unlock it. That's what I think about it. If you can't, if it's telling you there's a warning of don't fly here because it's a restricted airspace, paying money to unlock an app to let you fly there, it shouldn't be happening because you're flying somewhere where you shouldn't be flying. So there's that. So they've gone over 123 or 122 flight logs or flights, that is videos that he's done, and then basically hammering him $1,500 roughly for each flight approximately. And he's got 30 days to either come up with the money or give valid reasons of why he did what he did. Now he can plead ignorance and say he didn't know the rules, but when they've talked to him, he's explained the rules, so he did understand most of the rules, but the one at night he didn't understand. You couldn't fly at night, and obviously I'm pretty sure he won't be flying at night ever again, and I don't even think he'll be flying for a while. I think because of this ongoing case in America, then he can't fly. So it doesn't matter if he wants to, I just don't think he's allowed to fly. So that is that. What do you think to this lighting situation? The light in this front room is actually off, and I've got a softbox behind my main camera in portrait mode. It's not close to the camera and it's not close to me. It's a good, well, I'm putting my arm out, so a good 2 arms lengths away from me. The camera's about another half an arm length away from me, and then the softbox is another half an arm's length behind my camera setup. Just want to get the lighting situation, just see if you can see my fantastic Christmas tree what my wife did a few weekends ago, and they may even put them up or help me to put them up when I'm off. But that's that. So here's where I'm coming from. Do you think, guys, and please leave comments underneath here. Also subscribe to the channel if you've come across me by accident and you think I've got valid things to say and you like my content. Give me a thumbs up on my videos. Double hit the thumbs down twice if you don't like my videos. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All these options I'm giving you guys, you don't have to pay any money for this. It's totally free. YouTube don't charge you to subscribe to a person. If you want to be one of my patrons, then you pay money. But I don't have a patron site. I don't do enough content to charge money for. So for now, it is free to do so. So subscribe, share, like, comment, notify, hit the notification, and spread the word around, guys, to other people that you may think may find my videos of interest. And that is the YouTube thing out the way. So the FAA are charging pilots in America. Do you think the CAA could do that here in the UK? And if so, what kind of money do you think they will be charging? Because take this into context, right? They're charging £9 per registration, yeah? And they had about 80,000 people register. There's probably 100,000+ people who didn't register. So they're losing a lot of money. And in America, they only charge $5, I think, and that isn't per drone, that's $5. And you can stick your number on 20 drones and it's just $5 for all of them, not $5 for each drone. Like in the UK, it's £9 for as many drones as you own, as long as you put your little code on the device. So if they're charging $9 and there's 80,000 people, if they charged a few of you £20,000 for breaking this rule and £30,000 for breaking that rule, they're going to make a hell of a lot more than the money they're making off us by us registering. So this could be a money pit where they could start slapping fines on people and all that kind of thing. So do you think that that's a valid point, guys? Do you think we could be going down the rules, going down the same road as America? I hope we're not, but do you think that's possible? I've done 2 night flights and I have a strobe light on my drone, and I even use my strobe light in the daytime. Still see my drone flashing. I can see the light. Can't say I can see the drone, but I can see the light flashing in the evening sky, early evening light. Is that classed as line of sight, or do I physically have to make out the silhouette, the shape of my physical drone? Because line of sight to me is if I can see something that is representing my drone, then that is line of sight. Or do I have to physically be able to see this case going on in America? Because I think we could be going down that road, and I don't want to get a fine of £20,000 because I'll be getting a divorce, I'll be getting kicked out of the house and everything else, just for the sake of a 250 gram piece of plastic, and it's going to cost me £20,000 in fines or whatever. I hope they're not going to go down that road, but remote ID is definitely going to happen in America. It's not launched yet. They're saying by the end of the year, so they've got until the end of December to do this. It's definitely going to happen. And then EASA or IASA or whatever, they're also, something's going off in December time where they're going to upgrade and update the rules, even though we're physically not classed as in the EU, because that just could be politics and whatever. But I feel sorry for Mikey, but on the other hand, I've watched the videos he's done and I thought to myself, you're going to get in trouble here, mate. And it's caught up with him. I don't know if he's been reported by a neighbour or by a YouTuber that is pissed off, or a subscriber that is pissed off, or even the trolls. He's having a lot of problems, or he's been having a lot of problems with trolls on his channel, giving him a lot of grief because he's an ex-drug user. He's also classed as obese. Even though he's lost loads of weight, he's still classed as obese. And he's getting a lot of shit off people in America, which gets him down every now and again. As he said, he's got a food addiction. He can't stop eating, and he had a drug addiction which he has kicked 24 years ago, but he's had a rough life. They know he's on welfare because they tracked him down from his videos to his address, so they know he can't pay the money and he can't pay for our solicitors. But if you get these decent solicitors, some of them do this pro bono where you don't pay them and they do all the work for free because it's like a massive advert for the company and for that particular solicitor. So then they will get known, and if it gets like on the news, it could be a big like local Philly drone pilot breaks laws and gets fined. That could happen. He says he doesn't want to become famous for that reason, but that might be the reason that he gets known. and he doesn't want to be known for the drone pilot that broke so many rules. But he does live streams, he does screen recordings, then he does voiceovers, and he's showing telemetry. So the original Dobo did a video that I watched today, and they had a drone lawyer who has been speaking with Mikey in America, and he's sort of shot himself in the foot a little bit, because if he wasn't physically being seen landing the drone because he's holding the controller, he could make out that it wasn't him. He could say, I wasn't flying, my friend was flying, and then plead the Fifth Amendment and not give him his name or her name. Don't assume it's a man friend, it could be a woman friend. But in most of his videos, he's like on the street, so he's filming outside his house, he's filming in his car, he's taking off from the street, he's landing on the street, he's flying over parked cars, he's flying over main roads, he's flying over train lines, he's doing loads of things which he knows he shouldn't be doing, and yet he's still doing it. And he hasn't just done, you know, I love the guy, but he hasn't just done it once. He can't plead ignorance once. He's done it 123 times. So he's done something, broken rules and regulations 123 times. He can't plead ignorance for 123 times. So my question is to you guys, do you think, because of what's going off over there, could it happen over here? And if so, the lawyer has said, don't show yourself landing the drone, and don't show your telemetry, and don't say how high you are, because they can't prove how high you are if you don't tell them and if you don't show them. And delete all your flight logs on your drone and in your account if you think that that could incriminate you. That is a solicitor's advice that I was watching an original Dobo. He's saying don't give them information. Be polite and help where you can, but don't surrender information that is going to incriminate you even more. Even if you were to kill somebody in America, any lawyer will tell you, don't say anything. Just say no comment. They have to prove it was you, right? But because you are on shot, telling them how high you are, showing them how high you are, flying in areas you shouldn't fly in, you have just given them all the ammunition they need to track you down and take you to court. So I don't want it to happen to you, and I don't want you to have to pay this fine, but I think you will be paying a fine of some sort. I'm sorry to say, Mikey, I don't think you're going to get scot-free. I don't think any lawyer is going to be able to get you off completely scot-free. You will have to pay something, and I hope it is nowhere near the $182,004 what they have actually charged you with. But I'm sure in the community, because people are doing videos about this, solicitors are going to hear about you, and hopefully they are going to jump on board and try and help you get off this charge. But I think you're going to find it very hard, my friend. As soon as I saw that night flight and you was over 600 feet, I said, someone's going to report you. In my head I was saying, someone's going to report you for this. And I was right, unfortunately. But I digress. Where are we going, guys? The FAA and the CAA, are they like this or are they like this? Can the CAA copy what the FAA are doing and start fining you and me, guys? I hope that they don't, but they will get a hell of a lot more money a lot quicker taking people to court over minor offences than relying on this £9 a year to pay for the new registration system. If they're knocking out penalty fines of £10,000, £20,000, £50,000 to people, then they're going to make a hell of a lot more money doing that than the £9 registration fee. So that's it really, guys. Click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, give me a thumbs up, double tap the thumbs down. I will see you in the next one. I've been Gadget Man 404. You guys have been awesome as always. And remember guys, stay safe, fly safe, and keep each other safe. See you soon. Take it easy. Bye guys.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.